Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back with an apartment renovation, sort of a speed build, and this is going to be a basement apartment for a sim who's a musician. Basically, I have created this giant lot of 3 brownstones that I'm slowly going through and decorating apartments for. I will have that linked above for you and down below if you would like to check out the original video and see what the whole building looks like. But I have been streaming over on Twitch and decorating these apartments. With the help of chat, we get some ideas together and then we create these spaces together. And one of the suggestions a couple of nights ago was actually to create an apartment for a musician. Specifically in one of the basement apartments. There are 2 here, and then there's like 4 floors above here. So there's so many apartments to decorate. So if you have any ideas, please leave those in the comments down below. I'd love to get to them. But the idea here was like a starting off musician. We have a basement apartment because it's cheaper. So we have some older furniture and the place is a little bit messy. There's a couple like dings here and there in the walls because of it being a basement apartment. And I just wanted this to be a really cool studio with a lot of personality that's a little bit rough around the edges. But I think the sim is probably going to make it in this career. I love the idea of maybe like a rags to riches series with a sim who wants to be a famous musician. I love the idea of that. So they have everything they need down here. We have a keyboard, we have a guitar, and actually I think we have a couple of guitars. I also have a microphone. I didn't include a violin, and unfortunately we do not have drums in the game. I really hope someday we will get drums, but that's besides the point. I did include a record player over here as well as a crate of records, and I ended up adding a bunch of posters down here as well. I think it looks so cute down here. I actually really enjoyed the bed. I really liked the idea of having it look like it was a pull-out sofa, and that sofa is actually the one from Crystal Creations that just came out recently. And I also put an armchair in that space, which was a like recliner from the Basement Treasures kit, and that kit came in handy. But anyway, in the kitchen here, I do grab a small table with 2 chairs, which I will decorate a little bit later. First, I wanted to figure out what we were going to have over in this space, and I decided to get these trunks from the Werewolves pack. They're actually a functional dresser, but I just think they look really nice. And I also have a trunk at the end of the bed, which is from the Mosquito Stuff pack. I think it's supposed to hold camera gear, but I was imagining it was like a guitar case. So that's what I did there. And then I also put a laptop in the kitchen and some storage over here for the bathroom. I thought it was quite realistic to have it right outside since it's a small space and you probably can't fit it into the bathroom. And the bathroom itself, I didn't really change up much. I just added some minimal decor when we get in there because I think it's kind of unrealistic to fully change your bathroom in a place you're renting. I know some people do that, but I wasn't imagining that. And actually all of these apartments, I didn't really change the kitchens or the bathrooms much because I wanted it to be realistic in that way. But here I am just cluttering up under the TV, adding some personal items like some books and a couple of boxes here. I believe I get some like video game type stuff as well a little bit later, which is from the high school pack. And then I added a lamp over here as well. I thought about using this one, but it just felt too formal. So I opted for this one instead from Base Game. But I really love the new one that is from Crystal Creations. I'm kind of wondering why I didn't grab that one here. I think it's because it's new and I haven't gotten used to having it yet. So probably going to start using that in a lot of builds once I get more used to having it in the catalog. But over here, I decided to put some like dirty coffee cups that haven't been brought to the sink yet. And I should be getting some more like dings on the walls and some more posters. And I also added a plant over here behind the keyboard. I think it's just such a nice spot. There's not going to be a lot of sunlight in here. As you can see, there are windows, even though this is the basement. But that goes down into a window well. And if you're not familiar with a window well, basically it's a hole in the ground where there's windows down below. So sun can come in. There's a little bit of natural light, but it's not directly shining in here because you're in the basement. They're pretty realistic in a lot of places, especially where I live in New England, but also in New York City. So I have those present in this build. And I thought it was a good way to utilize the basement and have some basement units. So I had a lot of fun decorating the space in an apartment. I'm not sure if I've done one before. So it was kind of fun. And then I'm just adding some more posters over here and some more decor up on these shelves. It took a while to figure out what to put here because not much fits. So I ended up using the tiny plant that I put in pretty much every build. It's just really nice and it fits everywhere. And then in the kitchen, I was just going through and grabbing some clutter. We have some open cereal boxes and like some pots and pans and stuff around. And just like random food. So I'm just like chucking things wherever and figuring it out as I go. I just wanted this space to feel lived in. That was the most important thing. And since I wouldn't say this apartment's dirty, but it's a little bit on the messier side, I tried to bring that into the kitchen as well. Hence why I have the open boxes of cereal. I just think that looks a little bit messy, and we don't have a lot of kitchen items that are that way other than maybe the mugs I put by the bedside table, but I already put those. So I decided not to repeat that in the kitchen and just bring in those boxes. And what else did we put in here? I put the electric box here in the kitchen. I have an electric box in my kitchen in the apartment I live in, so I like to add them in kitchens. It just feels realistic to me, and it added a little bit more decor in there since that shelf or that wall felt very empty. I also added a whiteboard up above the table to keep track of like whatever they need to, like it's just a calendar. And then I got a little bit of clutter up on top of the fridge because I know I put a lot of stuff on top of my fridge. That's like an extra storage spot. That's where cereal lives. That's where bread lives. That's where our like tea lives. Let me know what you store on top of your fridge. And if you don't, I'm not sure if I believe you, but I'm curious as to why not. Maybe if you have a really big pantry, you don't need to put stuff on top of your fridge. But I've also never had a pantry, really. I guess we had one when I was a kid. But I was really little, so I don't really remember it. But I've never really had a proper pantry. So top of the fridge is perfect to keep all of that stuff. Anyway, just adding a trash can here. And then I think we're adding a couple more decorations in the apartment at the end. But first, we're going to decorate the bathroom. Like I said, I didn't personalize this space too much because it's got everything already. I did add this little bath mat in here, though, that has a guitar on it. I just thought it was perfect for the sim. And then, of course, getting some soap and a toothbrush. I actually use the electric toothbrush here. I almost never use that item. I'm not a big fan of it, but since I don't use it often, I decided to. And then I got some towels that look a little bit unkempt. And then I believe, a caddy in the shower to add some more like shampoos and stuff, and a plunger as well. And that's it for the bathroom. And then what did we add out here? Oh, I added some stuff on the ground, so it looked like they left their clothes around. I went through every swatch on this too many times because none of them felt quite right. They felt too young, which makes sense. It's from the high school pack, and I wasn't imagining this was a high schooler, but I tried my best. I also got some more posters over there, and I ended up putting some like little pictures over here. I thought about using the records, but I liked this swatch better of the little Polaroids in the shape of a heart. I thought that was cute. And then I'm just getting a couple more pieces of clutter over here. And that should be pretty much it for this apartment. I like how this one came out, but it's on the small side. I don't have a whole lot to it. So I'm hoping to combine a couple of the bigger ones and do like some 2-story apartments in this building. So if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see for those, definitely let me know. I'm kind of leaning towards some sort of family apartment, but I'm not sure what dynamic I want to go for. So let me know if you have any ideas. I will be on Twitch most of this week, streaming, building in this apartment complex in these couple of buildings. So I really hope you can join us at twitch.tv/Gryphi. That will be linked down below. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye, everyone.